Hello, welcome to the second session of dreaming yourself into ingenuity, or dreaming yourself to be a genius. And where we stopped the last time was we're talking about the foxes that spoil our dreams, or matter of fact, potentially hinder us from dreaming. And we were on the crowd of negative witnesses. And this is very, very important. I can never say too much about the crowd of negative witnesses, because a lot of times these, um, like I said, they're usually close people to us, to be honest, because it's only people that are close to you that can actually affect your thought of even taking certain steps. You know, a lot of times this type of people, they hinder us from even being able to dream at all. You know, we've lived with them for so many years. They believe they know us, or you believe they know you. You believe they know your ability. Sometimes they know your family members. They could even be your pastors, your leaders. Not necessarily pastors in church. Your leaders. It could be your boss or your team lead who is always criticizing you. So you already have that perception within you that these people don't believe in me. So what do? Cut them off. I'm not necessarily saying resign from your work, or turn your back to your parents, or leave your church and turn your back to your pastor. No, that's not what I'm saying. The fact that a pastor does not, you perceive they don't believe in you, does not necessarily mean they're not your pastor or whatever. You understand? Or like your boss at work does not believe in you, does not necessarily mean you should resign. Sometimes that might actually be, the next step. It all depends. But what I'm saying is, weigh the situation. But the important thing is, do whatever you can do to keep your dreams away from them. All right, and or limit your interaction and your closeness with them as much as possible, because the effect these people have in you is not necessarily always verbal. Sometimes it is verbal. It's not even verbal. It's the fact that you already know in their acts, in their deeds, that these people don't believe in me. They don't believe I can attain unto anything. I remember some of my one of my I would say mentors, John Rees. He used to work in a video exchange company. Well, a video, in the days where you go and borrow videos. Back in the day, you go rent video rental shop, and you see, he had this dream that was going to be a millionaire, and it would come to that same shop in a brand new Porsche someday. And his colleagues began to say to him, "Look, why are you doing this to yourself, John? This is never going to happen. Stop doing this to yourself. You're just imagining." But not. He was already dreaming that he was going to be a millionaire whilst he was working in a video rental shop, paying him $7 an hour. John Rees, in less than a few years, I think it was just a matter of 2-3 years, maybe even less, he became the first. He made £1 million in $1 million in a day. In another, he wasn't doing anything fraudulent, by the way. He dreamt it. So, what am I saying? He said back to those people, "Well, you will see me come back and drop a video at this shop in my brand new Porsche," and it happened. He did exactly that. So you need to cut off as much as possible. It might mean you undo them from your whatever you need to do. Like I remember I was talking to somebody recently who had a dream and a vision, and he knew that he had this cloud of negative witnesses as friends and families, and he knew that if he kept posting these things he was doing on Facebook, he was going to be posting these things on Facebook, that they wouldn't believe in him. Some of them are actually be talking behind. They wouldn't necessarily come and talk to him, but he knew that their perception of his ability to do that was, he cut all of them out from his Facebook friends. He didn't stop the relationship with them. So he cut off a platform whereby they will be able to know what he was doing until that thing comes to be. Wait for such people to see after it has happened. Human beings are very flippant. They always wait for results. Today they will say, "Oh, Hosanna," they will celebrate you when they believe you're working in success and everything. The moment they see that doesn't seem to be doing very well, they say, "Crucify him." That is human being. They wait to see result before they celebrate it. So my point, the crowd of negative witnesses, cut them off, wait for them to see your result. They will still be the ones to celebrate you. Okay. So the next point I'm going to make is the fear of failure. This is actually a major problem to many people because they have failed in the past. They will never dare to try again. There is nobody that has accomplished any super incredible feat that has not failed. Matter of fact, they have failed more times than they succeed. You only need to succeed once. That's it. The moment you succeed once, all your past failures are gone. Thomas Edison, I remember, somebody once asked Thomas Edison, I said, "Oh, you failed 10,000 times." And he said, no. He said he didn't fail 10,000 times. He found out 10,000 ways, through which what he was trying to do could not be achieved. Thomas Edison was the one that founded the light bulb. And John Rees, one of my mentors, so to say, he said, a failure is not a failure if it is actually an asset in disguise. I'm paraphrasing it now. I can't remember the exact words he used. In anything that you fail, failure becomes an asset, because then you know that, oh, well, this way that I've done it and it has not worked, you've learned not to go back to it. So you've learned a better way to go in pursuit of your dream. So never be afraid of failure. It's only people who never tried, right, that never fail. There's no way you will start at doing something noble, something of a great accomplishment, that you will necessarily get it right the first time. Steve Jobs was actually sacked from the company which he founded. He was sacked and then he had to be recalled again. He was sacked because they believed he wasn't running the company well, so he failed. I think he was away from that company for quite a good few years before they then called him back. And then he now took that company to the height where he was easily one of the most valuable. I think Apple is actually one of the most valuable companies in the world today. So never be afraid to fail. It's only people who don't try that never fail. And if you're afraid of failure, you can never attain to be the genius that you have been created to be. The next thing is, conversely to that, the gloat of past success or past achievement. Now, whatever we do, we need to learn to always put our past success behind us. There have been people who they did a first degree. Sometimes they're like the first person to go to university in their community, and they feel that achievement in itself is just a major preoccupation to them, that they just forget. They live in that glory until the glory fades into oblivion, and they are not even aware that it has faded. You need to learn to put your past success behind, because you are never going to achieve onto that success to take you to be the genius in you the first time. Your first success, right, is just a pedestal for you to build onto your next success, and then as you keep building and keep building, then you actually became the genius in you. Nobody becomes a genius with one achievement, right? You got to learn to put things that you have achieved in the past behind and keep improving. Like, like it's written in a good book, forgetting the things that are behind, and then pressing on. You need to keep pressing on. One of the most respected men of God, in my country, and this is a man that he built the first 50,000 seater auditorium, and in a matter of fact, I think he has expanded that auditorium several times. This was a man that built a 7-story the office building within 5 or 6 months, which was a massive accomplishment. They asked him, what is the secret of your success? Oh, he said, anything he does, any achievement he does today, he puts behind and he looks ahead for the next big accomplishment. Anyway, so I think we've said enough of that. So the next thing is thinking you are past the age. A lot of times we conceive an idea, a dream, right? A noble dream. And then we think, oh my God, I'm past the age. Now I'm 25, I'm 30, oh, I'm 40, I'm 50. Okay, no, I can't do. No. The time that you conceive a dream is the best time to start on that dream, even if it was 75. The famous man in the Bible, the father of all faith, he conceived the dream of greatness at 75. And that was when he was called out to leave his people, his kindred, and go in pursuit of a land which builder and maker was God. Can you imagine a 75-year-old man? So that is a lesson. There is no time of retirement. There is no time where it is too late for you to pick on a new idea and start pursuing it. The next thing I would like to talk about is what will people, a lot of people, it's what will people say? Will they not laugh at me? Will they not mock me? Yes, it doesn't matter. Let them laugh, let them mock. Keep your focus and your passion and your desire in your dream. People will laugh and they are allowed to laugh. Never mind. Keep in pursuit of your dream. The good book said after Leah was mocked, Lord opened his womb. I'm sorry. After Leah was mocked, God opened her womb. Matter of fact, people laughing at you or mocking you is actually a reason for the chief and maker of the world to make that thing succeed. Well, I can tell you so many stories of people that people have laughed at and mocked, and by reason of that, their fortunes was turned around. The next thing I would like to talk about is comparing yourself to others. And see, this can happen in two ways. Sometimes we compare ourselves to our supposed leaders. Oh, these people that we just believe they're up there. Oh, and they are the only one that we believe can achieve this big feat that, I'm trying to imagine. How can I? This thing is too big. Even these people that I'm looking up to, they've not even done things like that. And no, I can't. Please, don't belittle yourself. Don't give any respect to anybody. Or sometimes it is that you're comparing yourself to other. You're trying to find out what other people are doing. And then you're trying to measure yourself or to copy them when the idea has not been put in your heart. You don't need to copy anybody. Matter of fact, I need to take that back. Don't copy other people's dreams. If it is not original to you, then please stay away from it. Don't step into doing things when because you see other people doing it. It's very important. But you see, copying can actually be a good business strategy. When we get into the core of business, we're going to talk about that. Because those are some of the things I read when I was taking my MBA courses. But we'll talk about that. But in terms of a dream, don't copy somebody else's dream.